Before we go any further, I want to encourage you just to take a deep breath, soak it all in. Travis and Lexi, I can honestly say that you are the very first couple that I've ever seen fall in love in my living room.
I first saw Travis in August of 2019. And so I had 2 foster kids at the time, and we had gone downtown to the Spring Lake campus on a Sunday morning. So Travis was on worship team when I went into the church. So I noticed him, and I joke about it that I had 2 foster kids. I didn't really give off a single ready to mingle vibe. And so my oldest son had asked at that point that we keep coming back to that church. And so we started to get plugged in.
She definitely caught my eye. And I saw a couple kids, and then I was like, is there a guy?
And I also, so some guests from the shelter come to our church. And so I would at times sit with them as well, which are gentlemen early in recovery from alcohol addiction of varying ages. And so I would just say, if you were trying to piece together my story from the outside, it can be a little complex.
Yeah. So we'd pass each other at church, and then COVID hit.
And so I became friends with a girl who's on church staff. And then that fall, she invited me to join her life group. And so we went to this life group kickoff event at the church, and Travis was there playing cornhole. That's when we were officially introduced and our friendship kicked off.
Stacy and I would comment to one another after life group as we began to see the sparks fly in your relationship. And then again, it wasn't too hard to see those sparks fly, because even after a half hour, once everyone else had left, you guys were still in the road in front of our house talking. And so we began to ask ourselves at that point, what is Travis waiting for?
There was a period, there's a couple things going on in my life, and kind of out of nowhere, I started getting these panic attacks late January, February. And like they were debilitating. Like they'd happen, especially in groups. So I was afraid to even go to life group and be around people. She reached out to me, and just the way she reached out to me wasn't it didn't seem like you had an ulterior motive. You were just genuinely caring and concerned about what was going on.
And that's where I asked you. I said, how does a friend support you in this season?
I was like,
and get below surface level where you say, thanks, but I'm good. What do you need? And you said, any community, let's go to Chili's.
Yeah, she did. So
we hung out at Chili's.
If you didn't like Chili's, that would be a deal breaker. So.
And then there was the excitement as things became official and you were officially dating.
Really, the Pentatonics concert was the culmination. The week before, my parents had both been sick, and my dad had gotten sick first. He ended up getting really, really sick. He had COVID, and his oxygen levels had dropped to the 82%. Anything I needed that weekend, Travis and his parents were just there helping. I'd called my brother, my older brother, who lives in Missouri, and I just said hey, I need help. And so he had driven up. And so once he was up, we had made these plans back in September to go to the Pentatonics concert.
And I even think we were should we go? And
it was really touch and go.
Yeah.
But I think with my parents unstable and Josh in town, then we were able to take off, and it was down in Chicago. So we drove to Chicago, we went to the concert, we drove home, and it was when we finally got back to the driveway and are saying goodnight that Travis finally asks me out.
When she came home and she told us about that, her face was glowing, her whole life was, just radiating with this, feeling of, completion almost. It made me so proud as her older brother to see her in that spirit.
I found out I wasn't already in South Carolina, and I remember we kind of joked around whoa, Travis has a girlfriend. This is unbelievable.
I just remember it being big news, Travis having a girlfriend. I knew when he was dating Lexi, my instant thought was this is probably going to be the girl that he marries.
And as your relationship developed and matured, again, we would ask ourselves, what is Travis waiting for? And then last fall, there was a diamond ring presented.
It was a really nice day in the 50s, and I said, hey, let's go for a walk. I didn't want it to sound so planned, so I was like, I already knew where I was gonna park, but I tossed it to you saying like, hey, where do you wanna walk? And then I didn't let you answer. I just said, how about this? And you obliged. And so we parked down there a little bit. I knew I'd had a photographer set up over there at this little opening, this little park. And so my plan was to walk down the trail about a quarter of a mile and get in position, get on one knee by the bench, and then the photographer would pop out and capture it. So
It's perfect.
Travis and Lexi, the union that you make today not only impacts your lives, but the lives of 4 precious kids. Not only are you becoming husband and wife, but you are jointly becoming dad and mom.
Levi is our oldest. He is 14, and I would say he is one of the most quick-witted kids you'll ever meet. He has to trust you before he lets you see that, but he is probably the funniest kid that I personally know. Yeah, just a lot of fun to be around, just very personable kid. Sadie is 8. She is nurturing and compassionate, and she will be a nurse or a teacher one day, no doubt. So she is just very sweet, very sensitive, loves to help. Silas is 7. He is very inquisitive. He is smart and insightful, and he just retains information like a sponge. And I would say
he'll be in the sciences.
the sciences, math.
Yeah,
He's
great.
great at all of that stuff. He's just a sweetheart. So he'll run up for one more hug, which is just how he shows you his trust and his respect in the relationship he shares with you. And Serenity, our 6-year-old, she's just a firecracker. She is the life of every party. She keeps you on your toes. I've never met a kid who's probably the direct opposite of their name more than Serenity is. She's just always laughing, always in a good mood.
Yeah.
And always scheming.
And both of you are a testimony that God gives good gifts to his kids and that his timing is perfect. He is so good. And you have waited upon the Lord, and he has blessed you with one another. And I want to encourage you out of the words in Ephesians 5, where it says, follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God.
In the highs and in the lows, mountain tops and seas below, I know we'll always find a way home.
But I was newly married after.
City lights that burn so bright, starry nights in countrysides we'll find. This life, no matter where we go, at the end of every road, as the world goes by, we'll be side by side, and we'll let the sunset glow carry us home.
She's like nobody I've ever met. The most caring, the most perceptive person I've ever met, as far as like just seeing a need and meeting it, and seeing people, just anyone that she meets, like you feel so seen. Like there's truly nobody that I've met like you, so.
Mountain tops and seas below, I know we'll always find a way home. City lights that burn so bright, starry nights in countrysides we'll find.
I fell in love with Trav's character, and he has this strength that to me just captures who he is as a man, and it's tender and strong at the same time. Like, to me, he just captures the definition of like what you long for a man to be. And he's just very steady and very consistent in that, and just very sacrificial and servant-hearted, and it's just,
I'm trying to keep it together because there's a girl in a kimono over here. So
and I think like that's part of it, is like Travis is like a man of like order and routine, and yet he's been able to adapt to the chaos and, you know, just life here. So
How great this love. Oh, it's moving on my mountains. This perfect love is casting out my fear. How great this love. Oh, it welcomes me like family. And everywhere I go, it meets me there. Yes, he is good. He is God. And what I earn, it's not what I've got. Yes, he is good. He is God. And what I earn, it's not what I got. He is just, yet oh so kind. What I deserve, it's not what I find. What more could I say about him? My God is love. What more could I say about him? My God is love.
Who gives this woman to this man?
the mother and I do.
Travis and Lexi, both of you have a personal relationship with God because you have put your trust in Jesus as your Savior. And apart from that decision, today is the most important decision of your lives, the most important day of your lives. And as you think about spending the rest of your lives loving each other, it flows out of understanding the love that God has for you, because He is the ultimate source of your love. Traditionally, couples exchange rings as a symbol of their love, faithfulness, and commitment. They are a picture of your vows, precious, untarnished, enduring, and only given to one. Travis, has a ceaseless reminder of the vow that you have taken. Place this ring on Lexi's finger and repeat after me. I, Travis,
give you this ring, Lexi,
as a visible symbol
as a visible symbol
of my love,
and
I pledge to you before God
before God
and by the grace of God
and by the grace of God,
my loyalty and devotion
until
death separates us. Lexi, has a ceaseless reminder of the vow you have taken. Place this ring on Travis's finger and repeat after me. I, Lexi, give you this ring, Travis, as a visible symbol of my love, and I pledge to you before God and by the grace of God my loyalty and devotion until death separates us. Since Travis and Lexi are joined in vows for holy wedlock before God and witnessed by each one of us, since they have pledged their faithfulness to each other forever by giving and receiving rings, I now pronounce them husband and wife. What God has brought together, let no man separate. You may seal your vows with a kiss. It is my honor to present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Travis Rain.
Sunshine, sunshine. I think I found it now. What I've been looking for. Isn't it beautiful? It's got my head all up in the clouds. I think I found it now. Everything I want might be a miracle. I know I'm never coming down.
And now, everybody, let's get crazy, let's get loud for the very first time, welcoming Mr. and Mrs. Travis Wren.
Sunshine, I got sunshine, I got sunshine. I gotta let you know, it's so incredible. I'm finally letting go. Up, up and away, yeah we go. I found my flow right on time, and now I know what it feels like to shine like gold. Up and away, yeah we go. I don't gotta worry about a single thing. I can feel the light coming down on me. Sunshine on my face, I got sunshine on my face. I don't got a care in the world right now. Higher than the ceiling, breaking through the clouds. Sunshine on my face, I got sunshine on my face. Yeah, I got sunshine, I got sunshine, I got sunshine. I gotta let you know, I got sunshine, I got sunshine, I got sunshine, I got sunshine.
The friendship we shared today, I hope, is exponentially larger. And I see far too many couples where they lose that sense of fun or they lose that sense of adventure of just enjoying being together. And I would hope that future us just says, like, gosh, what you guys are experiencing today is only a speck of like the friendship or the love, you know, that you're going to experience over the next 3 decades. Because it feels like it couldn't be bigger right now. And yet I know it felt that way a year ago and it's deeper today. So like to see how it just continues to grow.
Good answer.